Stark, Main & Co are a UK award-winning firm of chartered tax advisors and accountants committed to offering high-quality tax and business advisory services. With a committed and professional team, we have the focus and drive to help you change the numbers which are important to you. We are proud of the difference we can make together.
This is Stuart Cameron with a look at yesterday's rugby from the Borders. And we start with the Border League, where Melrose's 1916 win at Hawick gives them safe passage to the final of the competition, which will take place probably in April next year. It was a predictably close match, with Hawick leading 16-13 late on, but two late long-range penalties from Joe Helps clinched it for Melrose. Rose's only try of the match went to Bruce Colvin, with Andrew Skeen's conversion and two penalties making up their total. Hawick's points came from a try by Sean Muir and three penalties and a conversion from Neil McComb. Reaction first from Green's prop, Sean Muir.
The boys are absolutely devastated in that changing room. We defended like heroes. We were absolutely brilliant today. I thought the one try Melrose scored was from just a line out, a mistake. We didn't mark it up, so I thought Melrose didn't really offer the match. They were a good side, but our defence was outstanding, and the boys are utterly disappointed in there.
Melrose's John DL.
Miles away performance-wise where we want to be. It's the last couple of years, but we've still got a lot of good players today as well. I think we've been a wee bit too lateral in Premiership this year, been side to side, and maybe people have seen where we're going. But we've got the gain line far easier today, and we've got a big forwards round the corner, and I think we can take that into the Premiership again and try and mix our game up a little bit. The side to side stuff as well that probably killed us against Ayr the last time, because we had a lot of ball but not really going anywhere. But it's always a test against Ayr, and we've got a lot of good kind of history between us, the two sides. It's always a close game, so we'll be going up there, and as I say, we want to still have a say in where the Premiership goes this year. And I said to you on Saturday, we win all the games for here, and we'll be in and around the points that we won a league with last year. So I think a lot of people have discarded us, but we've given up nothing yet.
Over the fence from Hawick's ground saw a Border Cup game between Hawick YM and Selkirk, the first time the two clubs had played a competitive match against each other. Selkirk raced to a 14-0 lead in 8 minutes, with tries by Darren Clapperton and Fraser Harkness, both converted by Mike McVie. But back came YM with a Bruce Campbell try and 3 Gregor Welsh penalties to draw level at the break. Selkirk had wind advantage in the second half, but didn't make the best of the conditions. They eventually got a try, though, from Scott Hendry, converted again by McVie, to take the lead. But they had to defend hard to stop YM from getting another score. In the end, it was 21-14 to Selkirk, and that's their third win in a row in the competition, and they must be favourites to reach the quarter-final stage of the National Cup. We hear first from YM hooker Gary Douglas.
First 10 minutes were a bit hear 'em scare 'em. I think gave away a couple of soft tries, but we certainly rallied back in the sort of second half of the first half and also the rest of the game. But just in the end there, it was scrum after scrum. We just sort of ran out of steam, I think, at the end, and just a couple of indecisions maybe cost us. But all in all, it was a great game.
And a losing bonus at the end of the day, you'd have probably taken that at the start of the day?
Oh, without a doubt. I think we would have, if they'd maybe beaten us by 10, 15 points, we probably would have taken that in the day. But it's just a bit gutting in the end when you know that we were drawn with them and you had the scrum just at the end there to take it. But doesn't really matter. I suppose it's good experience for us, and it's good to take into the league next week.
And a relieved Selkirk fullback, Fraser Harkness.
Oh, that was hard. I who said that in the dressing room, it's one of those places you just don't want to come here, and that's the thing. They're a good side. They are a good side, and they're not sitting where they are in their league for nothing, and they're only a league below us. But who showed at times we can play a bit of rugby, and just never really went for us today. Just miserable, cold, exactly what they would be thinking. Oh, this is what we want in a day like. But all credit to them. They really came at us, and we struggled to put some phases together in that today. But in hindsight, it's a game of rugby, innit? And I suppose that's what we need heading up to Hawks next week. Take your hat off. I thought they were outstanding today, and they deserve a lot of credit for what they brought to the game.
A quick look back to Boxing Day's games in case they passed you by. Gala beat Melrose in the Waverley Cup at Netherdale by 12 points to 6. 4 penalties by Lee Miller to 2 by Andrew Skeen. Here's Gala skipper Opita Palapoi.
We go back last season where we let ourselves down in this time of the season. So we just have to keep on going, and we learn from our mistakes and make sure that we keep on winning. Important game next week, and it's a must win. Ayr is still 1 point ahead of us, and if we win with 5 points next week, then that's our straw. So it's just keep on moving forward, improve and keep on winning.
And we hear from John DL again.
We certainly had our chances, and I just think that the scrum was really poor for us today. We had Gary Holborn, a really late call off this morning with a virus. He spent Christmas Day being sick, and with Wayne Mitchell and these guys not available, it was really hard to go into it without a specialised tight head, and I think that was the area. We didn't get any quality ball in that set-up. Our line-out functioned really, really well, but we didn't back it up with the scrum, and I think we really gave Gal an edge there, and they turned us over at a few scrums, and the breakdown as well was a bit of a lottery today for the ref. I thought Gal competed really well there, sometimes play right on the rules of it, and I think sometimes we got penalised off the park in that second half as well. But I don't know what it was like to watch outside, but it was a good game to play. It had its moments, but I just think the scrum for us today really was a bit that we'll kill, and that was probably the difference of that 6 points.
In the Skelly Cup Border Cup double header, Hawick beat Jed Forest 34-5 at Riverside Park with a convincing win. They scored 5 tries, including a brace from John Coots and 1 each from Sean Muir, Craig Smith and Finlay Simpson, while David Gobby crossed for Jed's only try. Jed interim coach is Kevin Barry.
I must admit, our boys kept the ball well today, Ken. We showed some nice little touches, and we tried to move in point of attack and that, but we couldn't finish anything off. When you take off some key players like your Yid Scotts and your Gregor Youngs in over the try liners, and we didn't have that cutting edge to complement what we're actually doing up front today. We kind of, again, there's some good work from the Kelso game, and our lineouts function pretty well now, so we've got some resource there and a place to start. The scrum was reasonable today, and of course uncontested the last 15 minutes. It's been very, very, very difficult. Maybe the last 6 weeks to come in and try and motivate these players and get them up to speed. But this is just kind of hurting us again with the injuries that we've got today.
Hawick's David Lowry.
The last 2 border derbies that we played in against Peebles and Kelso, we actually got beaten. And we wanted to set the stall up today and not make it 3 in a row, which would be hurting us even more till the next border derby. So it was good to get it out of the way today and play some good stuff in the end.
Next Saturday we kick off the new year with league action once again. Most of our teams are on the road. Only Kelso are at home to Stuart's Melville at Poindre Park in the National League, whilst Hawick YM host Morgan Academy. That's at Mansfield Hawk. There are 3 local derbies though in the Border Shield. Remember, for all the news, results, video, audio and rankings, go to bordersrugby.net.